That's my guy. All right. Shogun Showdown. So let's talk about menus. In our kind of game dev streamer guild that we have, Discord. By the way, if you stream game dev, feel free to reach out to me because we've got a ton of great people in a Discord, including Brisky Biscuit. We've got Foolbox. We've got Odd Oculus, Amanusis. Got all sorts of people. If you stream game dev, either on Twitch or YouTube, reach out. I'll get you an invite. We'd love to have you there. We're all sharing about what's working, what's not working for us. It's a great, great space. Love to have you there. You can edit things well enough, just not from scratch, and that's reasonable. It's very reasonable. That's a normal part of the growth process. But yeah, anyways, in that Discord guild, someone was asking about their main menu that they were building. Let me see if I can actually grab the streamer who did it. They were building you know the fairy tale of like the cobbler and the fairies? He's basically building that into a game that is based around construction workers. It's wild. It's really actually quite cute. He's building it in Unity, I believe. And it's a great time. Let me grab his... All right. Whatever. We'll do his YouTube. He doesn't seem to have his Twitch linked. I gotta get on him on that. Polygon Pilgrimage. That's what the name is. Polygon Pilgrimage. There we go. Shout out. It was Polygon. Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you, Risky. Shout out, Polygon Pilgrimage. Perfect. Glad that worked. Okay. Yeah, and so he was talking about main menus. So let's talk about this one. Let's talk about composition. If we reduce this down to bare boxes, let's see. Let me bring in the browser. Let's do, can we do the analysis scene? Is that still gonna work? Game research? Kinda works. Hold on. Where's the webcam and where's the game capture? Shogun Showdown. There we go. Good. That's up and running. Professional game dev here. And then where's my webcam? Oh, it's not in here because that was when I was doing other things. Not other things, rather, but using different camera sources. There we go. All right. So let's talk about the main menu composition here. He's also like the sweetest guy you could ever meet. For real, though. Polygon Pilgrimage is. You have to be such a sweet guy to be making a game about little fairy tale power tools that come to life and help a poor struggling home builder get his job done at night. You know, that just the concept is sweet. So let's look at this. We've got a basic kind of 16:9 resolution here. We've got our splash art that's completely filling the background space, right? Oops. And then we've got text. Sometimes recreating stuff in a low fidelity way can help understand what makes that tick, right? If you want to like make a good UI, practice making UIs you really like and that you think work really well. So we got about that, a little bit bigger. A little bit smaller, somewhere in between here. Let's try for like 56. There we go. So about that ratio, right? So big emphasis on Shogun, very small Showdown, which is interesting. And then we've got our text down here, which is in a different font. So we'll just throw it over to this, even though it's not really representative of it. And then we'll shrink it down. You run. Options. And quit. And this is the entire menu. That's it. When you see it, it looks very impressive, though, because of two things. First off, the typography is fantastic. Really strong typography in this game. Very, very readable. And then you have the background image, which helps, right? It brings a lot of visual interest, and the composition of the artwork is important. You've got the eyes up here, which you go to first, because it's a very high contrast space. You see the title, which leads you to here, which is kind of bad because it's taking you away from the items, but the artwork is clever. You see the eyes, and then you follow these loops with your eyes, and they send you back down, right? If these loops and these loops weren't here, the composition wouldn't work as well because your eyes would be taken up by these eyes and then get lost up here. So that's important to note. And then as well, we've got this going up and down. So kind of bobbing up and down like that. Just adding a little bit of visual interest, making it feel alive. It doesn't do anything. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they were just like, I don't know, how do we inject some more feel into this without like getting our artist to come in and animate this? Because it doesn't fit with the rest of the style of the game. If we animate that, we don't want to animate these things, and maybe we don't have the budget to send it back to the artist to animate. How do we bring this more alive? I don't know, let's have it bob up and down. That may have been the whole conversation, and it works. It works very well. Great website for UI references, Game UI Database. I think I've been here before, yeah. Yeah, this is a great place. Yeah, very good. Thank you for sharing that, Tom. Appreciate that. Oh, we can get rid of that too. Great. When I made my inventory and store, I just had a screenshot of the layout of a couple different UIs in the background and copied their layouts. Absolutely. Copy. Copy like an artist. All artists copy. This is convenient. I happen to be working on UI and I'm having a hard time. Well, Fancy Terminator, feel free to talk to us about what's being difficult for you about the UI. Maybe we can talk about it and see if there's examples in here of stuff that may unlock something for you. Okay, Hadel, you had an interview. First off, welcome back. Second off, how did it go? Congratulations. We're talking UI design here and of this main menu. And then as well, which is important to not leave out, we have early, I'm going to do this in all caps, early access version 0.8.1.1. I was tempted to leave this out and then realized, no, that's dumb. You need to have it in because this is important to show how do you incorporate these watermarks without it being obtrusive. And it looks like it even goes all the way out to the N, which is pretty intense. That's pretty big. So there must be some spacing differences because this feels about the same height. It went really well, I think. It was a first rounder, so we'll see if I get to round 2. Well, best of luck, K-Hadal. We're sending all of the positive vibes we can. Let's get some hearts in the chat. My goodness. Best of luck. Hold on. I've got a lot of heart emotes. I need to jump in here. Nice. Cool. Well, congratulations. I hope it went just tremendously. Best of luck. All right. So this, I'm going to increase the weight to get it a little bit closer to the way it really is, right? And then we're going to adjust our kerning here. What am I doing? It's been a while since I've done like typography design in Figma. It's probably, something over there. So this could very easily get very overwhelming, especially, I can't replicate it. My sizes are off, but you see how far in this extends, but you barely even notice it. And it's interesting because this side seems very different than this side. And I wonder if it's on a gradient, like it fades out as you go away. I don't know. I don't know if it's a fade out or a, like the color changes or if the transparency shifts. I think the color changes. I think it just goes into a gray later on. Which is weird. It's crazy. But it works. It doesn't distract. This is more distracting in the mock-up that we have. So they've got it, something good going on there. I heard good things about Figma. Figma's very good in a lot of ways. I've used Figma for, 4 or 5 years? It's great. It does a lot of things very, very well. Fancy Terminator, my colors don't seem to contrast very well. I'm working in pixel art and have a pretty low resolution. I was trying to make something like Diablo or PoE's health orbs and item bar. I got a good layout, but if I try to add style to it, it gets muddy and less readable. I get that. Pixel art is hard, low-key. Pixel art is hard. I think it's mostly hard because there are restrictions around it, right? There's only so much fidelity you can pour into it, which can be a strength. It can help really refine your line work, but it puts a lot of emphasis on the other areas of art, like composition, like color theory. Yeah, that's so my wife is an illustrator, and she has actually experienced similar stuff to what I'm hearing you describe, where her line work of her pieces are phenomenal, really world-class line work. But for a long time, especially earlier in her career, she really struggled with adding colors because it would overwrite that line work, it would distract from it, and it would start feeling muddy. And she's had to work very hard on overcoming that and learning when to have less punchy colors and how colors interact with each other and everything. That's something that we can keep an eye out here for, is contrast and colors. Like here in this little pop-out that happens, you can see the runtime, hero, and location are very low contrast with that background. So I'm not really sight impaired, even though I have glasses. I see just fine. But it wouldn't surprise me if that didn't pass some sort of accessibility muster. That's something to notice and think about. There's a great channel on YouTube called Nonsensical 2D that talks a lot about 2D art techniques for games. Well, there you go. Definitely go check them out. That sounds cool. So where we last left off, we've just barely beaten a boss. We're going to jump in to our next shop. We can make a choice. Once again, notice all the little subtle things here. This water that, oh yeah, Fortune's favorite was right. It does have 3 frames. It has 2 different waveforms, essentially, and then a flat state. We've got this guy moving up and down. All this stuff that's just subtle movement to make the world feel alive. I think there's, yeah, on the shoreline, there's stuff going in and out. Told you. You were right. You were dead right, Fortune's favorite. And then when you mouse over things, still, I don't know if you can quite hear that. Let me turn this up a little. You can hear that clicking. So there is a very subtle audio effect on mousing over. More meetings coming up. Be back in a bit. Best of luck, Risky Biscuit. Thanks for being here. Good luck in the meetings. Can I post a link in chat? It's for Can I Play This? Yeah, that's just fine. Shepherd Sound. Absolutely. Go for it. Thank you. Fortune's favorite. You only need a few frames of movement for things to look good. Yeah. It's an accessibility website that is useful for this type of thing. Okay, very cool. Can I play that.com? Oh, wow. A games accessibility website. Of course this would exist. Very cool. So they got reviews, previews, tech reviews. Do they have like tools? Is there like something I can like plug in a screenshot and it can give me an analysis? There are Figma plugins. Accessibility plugin. Stark is a good one. There's a simpler one made by MDS. Here we go. Contrast scores. This is a good one for checking color contrast. If it passes, you know, WCAG accessibility standards. Able Gamers are also good. Okay, very cool. They have resources. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, there you go. So, and that's the other thing. When you make your game accessible, you generally make it better. It's very rare that you go into making something more accessible and come out the other end and think, oh man, I wish I didn't have to do that. Usually, though, I wish I didn't have to do that comes from the effort that goes into building it. But by the end, it's almost always better. Almost always. So we've got that little bob up and down animation. It's got a pause, right? So it's not constantly going up and down, which is interesting, different from other bobbing up and down animations in the game. And then we've got that little white cloud underneath it, just to say, hey, you've got this selected. And then we have the white outline becoming more opaque. I think it becomes fully opaque. And then the trail, you'll see, goes from a very, very faint transparency to a thicker transparency, a more opaque transparency, but it's not 100%. It's still got some transparency. You can see that especially under the trees there, right? So let's take a look at cooldown upgrades. Oh, cool. I'll take some free health. That's great. That's a nice little game design thing after you beat a boss, kind of get you back on your feet a little bit if you need it. That's very nice. I like that. We've got the birds animating. Pretty simple animations. We got this kitty. Yeah, kitty. And that thing, all it does is blink. But at an irregular rate. Do you see that? You see that? It's not just a blink every 2 seconds. They made it feel a little more organic by bringing in asymmetry, and this is an important principle. Asymmetry equals character. If you want to find a way to make something feel more characterful, make it more asymmetrical. If you're too perfect, it doesn't look good. You don't believe that it's a real thing. Once again, that word verisimilitude that we talked about the other day, of the belief that you are in a world that is different from our own. It's very hard to have something that's perfectly symmetrical and be believable. Because nothing in life is perfectly symmetrical, except for my chiseled features, according to my wife. Fortune's favorite, yes, the glow of the trail definitely increases. So we've got our upgrades. Hey, kid, how's it going? Wow. So cool. Wow. Oh, that's a toy for me? Thank you. All right, everyone. We got a monster truck. And is that one for William? That's so nice. Whoa, Sundown! Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. How are you? You're just in time for my daughter to deliver me a monster truck. Thank you so much for coming in. How are you doing? How was the stream? How are the dinos? Hey, Ellie. Hey, sweetie. Can you jump down real quick? Would you like to do some coding? Yes? Okay. Let's do some coding. All right. Sundown, how was the stream? How are things going? How's it going for the full release coming up soon? Hold on. Where are we at here? You came in right at the time when my life explodes. Right at the top of the hour here. It is just, everything goes nutso. So good to see you all. Hello. Hey, honey. Would you mind taking care of the dog? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Behind like usual and got a dip. Game looks dope. Your kid is so adorable. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. This is Shogun Showdown, by the way, over here. British Viking Kari, thank you so much for the follow. We're doing an analysis of this right now. This is a wonderful little indie game. Gosh, if I can figure out fingers. There we go. Over there. Shogun Showdown. We're doing recreations of it. And Manfred von Richthofen, thank you for your follow as well. I appreciate you. Too asymmetrical looks annoying, though. It's true. Everything needs to happen in a balance, Kehadao. And Dangerous Justice, thank you for the follow. And Sundown, okay. All right. Y'all need to calm it down now, okay? I'm looking straight at the camera. You need to calm it down. Too much happening. Too much support. I'm not gonna make it. I'm just gonna start crying. My wife is gonna have to calm me down. She's gonna have to back me off. My kids are gonna freak out, wondering why am I freaking out? You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Kai14We08, Kiwi1408. I don't know. How do I pronounce that? Dangerous Justice, thank you so much for the follow. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much. And my invisibility cloak is just ruined. That's just family life. I have a 1 week old right here. So, we're doing the whole family life game dev here. So thank you all for your patience and for being here. This is rad. I appreciate having you all here. Have a great stream. Thank you so much, Sundown. Have a great time with your wife. I hope you have a good, restful night. Family stream, that's right, Mothman. And Distant Answer, thank you so much. Dangerous Justice, you're right. It got achieved right as we started the stream. Someone gifted 5 gift subs, putting us right over the top. Right at the beginning of the stream. So the generosity has been outrageous today. Thank you so much. Peace out, Game Looks Up. Thanks, Sundown. Appreciate it. Take care. So yeah, we're analyzing this game. Once again. There we go. Shogun Showdown. It's a really great indie game. Very well made. And we're analyzing it. We're tearing it apart frame by frame, piece by piece, to figure out what makes it tick. How can we learn from this? What are the good things we can do? And what are the things that we can leave behind that we can, use for our game? So this is our kind of wireframe of the main menu we were looking at. We had someone talking about their main menu and trying to look for thoughts and advice. So we broke it down exactly how they have built it so that we can see what they had done to make it work. We talked about the artwork, the composition of the artwork, how it guides your eye around, There was a subtle kind of bobbing up and down on the title scene. We talked about the early access and how they made that feel less intrusive. We're doing all sorts of stuff. It's a great time. Thanks for being here. We do normally game dev, but for the last hour or a bit of the stream, we do analysis videos like this because I love it. So welcome on in. Oh, man. By the way, we are, in case any of you are new around here, Distant Answer, thank you so much for the follow as well. We are a charitable enterprise dedicated to helping people gain the skill sets they need to enter the video game industry. So this whole critique thing, it's a big part of this. At the very start of the stream, you can see in the channel points down below, we have a lot of options for getting your game on the stream where we can talk about it and discuss it and its relative merits and what works and what doesn't work. We had someone come in and was very courageous and put their game up for critique. We had a great discussion around a really interesting idea. It was a good time. So if that sounds like a good place for you, welcome home. You're here. You made it. Congratulations. I'm very thrilled you're here. So we're in this store. We've been talking about the animations of the birds. I like this place already. I'm so glad, British Viking Kari. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. We've got this guy. Yes, sweetheart. Okay, bring it over here. I'll help you real quick, okay? I do critiquing. I do critiquing. I love critique. So I'm in my former life, I was a product designer for 10 years. So see that? You need to go this way first. That's your problem. You're going up. You need to go right. Try that. See where that gets you. And then the fairy can come too. Yeah, so I've been a product designer for 10 years, and I used to be in film. Before that, studying film. So critiquing, analysis are very ingrained in me. I love critiquing. I love analysis. There's so much value to be gained there. It is hard, though. You need to be courageous to put your thing up for critique. But that's why we work hard to create a safe space where we're discussing the piece, we're discussing the art. We're not discussing the individual or their capabilities. It's nothing representative of the person and everything to do about just what works in this piece and doesn't. Game Maker 2D Fighters on YouTube, you do not apologize for 1 second. You're super late, that's just fine. Are you still in the hospital? How are the kiddos? I'd say their names, because I've got them remembered, but I don't want to say them on stream. It's not my place to say that. But how's everyone doing? Is everyone okay and still all right? For those of you who are unaware, Game Maker 2D Fighters is over on YouTube, and he is making exactly what it says on the tin. He's making a fighting game in Game Maker that he's going to release alongside the 25th anniversary of Game Maker, but he's also making it into a template, so anyone can buy it off the asset store and build their own fighting game with it. The Mad Lad is also actively in the hospital right now because his wife just had twins. If you have a list or queue, I may pencil my name in sometime. Yes, absolutely, British Viking Kari. It's just in the channel points. So you just redeem the points, and we'll get it on stream as long as I can run it on my machine. So, yeah, Mad Lad for sure. I'm going to push ads out again for a little bit because we have a bunch of people in here who just barely rated in. I always feel bad when people rate into ads. So we'll snooze that for a little bit before doing our last ad break for the day. So, once again, we can see a lot about proximity here, right? This being the same typography and icon as the total amount, but because it's next to the object that you're buying and it's in the context of a store, we understand implicitly this is a cost. This is something that we will be incurring, not gaining. They don't have to do any special typography treatments. They don't have to have any extra special icons. They just trusted that they placed it well enough to do the job, and it did. They've done the job. They did good. Oh, there we go. All right. So yeah, check out this guy's animation. Once again, very simple. What? Kind of pauses up at the top there. And then maybe 4 frames of animation. I don't know. That's a recurring thing we're noticing here is about 4 frames of animation, plus or minus a little bit in this game on nearly everything. But you can see really good follow-through movement, really good animation principles on display there, even though it's very simple. And that's the thing. I think someone in here earlier was saying that they have been working on a game for a very long time, but they have stalled because they don't do well at art. Like, you don't have to be crazy at art. You don't. Go play Thomas Was Alone. Go play West of Loathing. You don't have to be crazy at art. You just need a cohesive vision, and you need a good sense of design. And so if you have those things, the fidelity of the artwork doesn't really matter. And if you don't have those things, there are people that do, that you can talk with, and people that would love to make games. Go find them. Game Maker 2D Fighter. It's okay, you can share. I'm still in the hospital. Everyone is fine. The babies are amazing and already get their heads up, eyes open. Nice. My little girl's talking up a storm, and I'm still coding with them. Oh, that's lovely. That's wonderful. Yeah, dude has a laptop with an extended keyboard, so he's holding his kid and typing on the hospital couch. Art doesn't have to be visual. It's a very good point. Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of really great audible experiences, right? So if you're not good at art, don't let that stop you from making games. Just recognize that this is a struggle and then compensate for it. That's all you got to do. Zork, right? One of the greatest games of all time. No art, all text. I bet the missus loves that. Legend. Yeah, he is a legend. He's a wild guy doing awesome stuff. He's on YouTube. Definitely go check him out. Pumping out content like constantly and way better at game development than I am. So yeah, I feel like I'm very good at design, but not very good at art, and I'm not all that great at programming. So I'm not going to be building crazy like machine learning, wild programming stuff. I'm going to be like designing board games and then building that into the space of a digital game. And that's how I'm going to compensate for the things that I'm not as good at. Your only move is Hustle. That's a game with not at all good art, but the game is amazing with some of the best fights you'll ever see, says 2D Fighters. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I don't know that I want to buy anything here. Extra health is nice. When an enemy hits you, deal back the same amount of damage. I'm really bad at the game, so that actually sounds really good. I take a lot of damage, so let's go for that. Once again, analyzing the map, really good transition, nice and snappy coming in. They don't waste time on it. A lot of the times on our animations, people get frustrated with them. They get frustrated with them because they take too long. Make it snappy, make it quick, and it won't interrupt people. So we jump in, once again, we get these transparencies. If this were me building it, I'd be a little frustrated at this overlap of transparency here. You can see where these two different white transparent shapes overlap on each other. And it creates a little semicircle there where it's egg shape. Where it's not quite right. But, you know, people are going to be seeing that for a half a second. The average person is probably never even going to notice it. So it's fine. Spend your time on the things that matter, especially when you're indie solo dev. All right. Once again, good screen shake, doesn't overstay its welcome, and it happens in a time when you don't need to know the information, right? That's the key to that one working. Almost everyone tends to turn off screen shake because it detracts from the gameplay. It reduces the empowerment of the player. But this one, the screen shake happens when there's not relevant information on the screen. It's a moment for spectacle, and so you're okay with it. All right. So once again, we've got our level. For those of you who are new here that don't know Shogun Showdown, you have this basic board of 7 different spots. You can move left and right, you can change which direction you're facing, and you can load up attacks. Every action that you take gives the enemy a turn to take an action. That's the whole game. All right. We have an ad break coming up in 3 minutes. That's going to be our last ad break for the day. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. It's been a wonderful time today. I have just had the best of times being with you all and learning and growing with all of you. So thank you for being here. We're going to try and make it through this. So I'm going to play this backdash, which will send me backwards, deal a damage to this guy, and then I'll do a poison arrow into this guy. And then I'm going to do a sword slash, which will hit in front and behind me. And then I'll hit space, and I'll execute all of these in one turn. Boom. Arrow, slash. We've got a combo there. Very, very satisfying puzzle. Once again, we see the return of screen shake, but it happens when I don't have to care, right? I don't have to interpret anything on the screen at that point. It's all spectacle at that point. So I think they really define when is the game being played and when is the game in spectacle mode, right? When is it active player input and when is it time to show off? They determined that, and they set it appropriately, and they did a very good job. Such a cool mechanism, I agree. We were talking the other day about how this is kind of just a board game, you know? There's not a whole lot about this that needs to be a video game. All right, now, unfortunately, I did blast this guy into him, which makes it so that the arrow can hit me. I have made a mistake. I'm going to suffer the consequences. That's where the puzzle of this game comes in, is you really tend to back yourself into a corner. Very rare that you're in a situation where you just could not have done anything better. It's almost always because you didn't read the logic right. Very, very good player empowerment. And with these different waves, we get good, juicy randomness waves. So every wave, random people come in at random places, which change the puzzle up. It's really, really strong in randomness. I spent a bunch of time looking, but not having strong art skills, check out the game The Veil Shadow of the Crown. It has no visuals. Ooh, The Veil Shadow of the Crown. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I'll definitely have to check that out. Thank you, Shepherd Sound. All right, we have ads starting up in a little bit, but we'll pause the stream. We'll do a pause. Don't worry about it. Not to mention Text Adventures and Twine games. Yeah, and look at like Choose Your Own Adventure games. Those have had a really big rise in popularity recently. So we can move past this guy and swap places. And then we have our sword, which we can hit both people. I'm going to do my backslash. Oops. He's going to hit me. And then arrow. So he's going to stab me, kill his friend. I do that, dash, boom. Yeah, Choose Your Own Adventure games have had a massive comeback recently. Working again. And even to the point of like build your like Railroad Tycoon games have been made into Choose Your Own Adventure games. Go look at those. They do cool stuff. Artwork does not have to be a limiting factor for game. All right, so I'm going to do a backdash, move out of the way, and slash. There we go. Now he's going to try and slash me, but I can move out of the way. Arrow. There we go. He's going to start aggroing. Wave is coming in. I'm going to start queuing up attacks so that I'm just geared up. Okay. There we go. Slash, knock back, and then dash back. Get out of safety. Okay, good. Good. We're going to go into ads now. Hang around. We'll be right back for our last break, our last analysis of why this game is great. Oops. There we go. There we are. And my webcam is completely gone. Where's the webcam? Excuse you. It is just completely, wow. Reset. That's weird. How bizarre. Huh. That's a new one for me from OBS. Let's add this back in. Hold on. And we'll shrink. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Professional game dev streamer is the motto of this stream so often. Wow, yeah, that is just not working. How bizarre. Huh. All right, we'll do no camera for the rest of the stream. That's weird. I'll have to figure that out off stream. Fortune's Favorite. I wonder if it's possible to put a text adventure onto a Kindle or other e-reader. I think it could. The tricky bit would be that you need really precise page turning. So as long as you can have that, then I think a digital format may honestly lend itself even better because you're not getting the spoilers of seeing other entries when you're trying to flip to the right page. Risky Biscuit, you're back. Seems like some exciting things happen. Exciting things always happen around here, Risky. You know the drill. Oh yeah, Sundown jumped in. Sundown sent over a raid with a lot of fine folks who were joining us for this last little block of a review, or an analysis rather, of Shogun Showdown. Okay, there we go. Now I got the camera working. You tried deactivating your cam and reactivating it? I did. I actually had to, and I tried re-adding it to the scene, and it took, going in and changing the source in order for OBS to, figure out what happened. Fortune's Favorite. For choice X, flip to page 8. For choice Y, flip to page 16. It would be interesting to bring those back. So they're very back, by the way. If you're not aware of this, Choose Your Own Adventure books are very back. They have a very strong scene. And they're getting more and more gamified as time goes on. Basically, the digital graphic novel genre. There are a lot of graphic novel Choose Your Own Adventure games right now, for sure. In fact, it's become a really weird space because there's even digital video games that are Choose Your Own Adventure book games, but digitalized. So the obvious one is the Lone Wolf series has been adopted into a video game series, which is basically just the books that they digitalized. But then there's other stuff like Road Warden Road Warden is a choose-your-own-adventure book, but turned into a video game. But rather, not turned into a video game, but conceptualized as a video game. It's very cool. All right, there we go. It was like, I've been manually resizing this for like 10 minutes, and it's, I finally just figured out the hotkey to get it back on. You heard of Dream Daddy? I haven't heard of Dream Daddy. Don't ask me why I know that one. I was thinking for the Shepherd, they can make a story that's gamified. It doesn't need to have graphics. Yes, absolutely. 100%. 100%. Okay. So I have nothing I can do here. So I'm just going to wait and let my stuff come off cooldown. And then I'm going to sneak past. Oh, that's right. He was hitting in the front and the back. So I'm in trouble now. I'm probably going to lose here soon. I've been trying to get too sneaky with the dashes. But while we're here, let's take a look at the background, right? Let's get these animations. We got the fireflies. Ooh, and here we go. The stars are starting to shine. We noticed that earlier, which was, I guess, earlier in the daytime of the game, in the day-night cycle. And they weren't shining. And I said, that's weird. I bet the stars could shine, and that would be a nice little background element. And here they are, just a little bit later at night. And the stars shine in and out very subtly. We've got a meteor that comes by every now and again. Very nice. We even have this eclipse here. Very subtle shifting. Very subtle. Very subtle. But it's enough that you start to feel like it's alive. Same thing with these lights over here. Let me get my big head out of the way. And you see this is kind of going in and out very subtly. Lots of layered and subtle animations leading to a strong sense of verisimilitude. So my question right now is, how do I kill this guy and then not get tagged by the archer and die? So let's knockback punch. And then, gosh, how do I do this? Because I need to kill both of them at the same time, basically. So let's get the sword, dash through, and then front and back. There we go. Got him. Joe Devers' Lone Wolf books were revolutionary, says Benwell. Yeah. Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone also made a fantastic series called Fighting Fantasy. Yes. Which were all standalone. Lone Wolf introduced having a character you took from book to book. Yes. Yes, Lone Wolf, yeah, both of those are classics. Absolute classics. If you want to make a game without being good at art, go explore those. Go explore those. Go check out Zork. Go check out all those old games when they had to make games without, like, having really graphical interfaces of any sort. Slash, then shoot. Oh, dang, nice. Thank you. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Very satisfying when you pull something off like this. Lowered cooldown. I think I want the arrow on a lower cooldown. Because that was like 7 cooldown or something. That's another thing. When there's like 5 cooldown, I do wish that there was some sort of indicator to say this is a group of 5. They've got that on the health, right? They've got a row of 5. You can't do that down here because then like you get 2 rows and like then do you squish the artwork? Do you make the tile taller? There's not really a great option there. But I wish they would do something to indicate groups of 5 so you can really quickly plan that out. I'm going to turn around and scoot past this guy. So he gets bopped by his friend. I'm going to turn around again, slash arrow, and then I'm going to use our potion to get cooldown off. Oh, actually he's poisoned. Is he going to die from the poison? Yes, good. Ooh, and a health potion. Perfect. Now we have this spear guy here. That's bad. So we're going to just launch an arrow at him, let him die real quick. Because I was backed into a corner. I couldn't get away from that guy. We needed him gone. Okay, we can dance out of this guy's way. Ooh, and another health potion dropped. Good. Okay, we're starting to feel a little bit safer. So I'm going to slash, knockback punch. And then start loading some stuff up. Oh, dear. This is bad. This is bad. Let's arrow. We gotta use the other potion. Arrow, knockback. shoot. So he'll kill me when he hits me, and I can't avoid that at this point. I back myself into that corner. But I can get ready to knock this guy out. There we go. Use that other health potion. Backslide. Sure. That was probably a dumb idea. Turn around. Knockback punch. Arrow. No, I think this guy's going to be aggressive enough that we can get a double kill here. Slash, arrow, done. Nice. Now we can knockback punch this guy into here. Let's do that. We have our this is a problem. Okay. So he's going to die when he hits me. He's going to deal damage, but he's going to die when he does it at least. Once again, I really love this state here. Let's take a look at this. And these. I'm just noticing how good these are. So we have the tiles over your head, right? And the fact that they're all there and they're the same size, nice and chunky, that's all good. Very legible, good typography, good icons. It all works. I want to talk about the motion design. Because this bobs up and down very slightly. Once again, another layer of making it feel real and lived in. But then when the enemy is about to attack, it cycles out of that red and yellow. Once again, the yellow is good. They needed to do a danger color, and they were already using red, so they went to yellow. That's a perfectly fine thing. And when it flashes, it looks good, right? It looks like it's good high contrast. They picked a high contrast yellow to that darker red. Much higher value of yellow than it is the red, so it's very eye-catching. And then it shakes. So it's not just up and down. We get a little bit of shake movement now. Calling the attention, indicating danger, indicating it's imminent. Very good design. So let's do this. There we go. Upgrade. Do we want to upgrade the arrow again? -1 cooldown? Let's do the knockback punch. Let's try and get some more, like, board manipulation. Moonlit Port 3. So I'm going to turn around, dash back, arrow. So big guy is going to die from poison. Little guy is going to swing at me. I can move forward and get out of the way. Double swing. Ooh. Get out of your way. Can I get next to the spear guy? Not really. All right, let's deslot the sword. So from a gameplay perspective, this is an important analysis point as well. We're able to drag stuff out of this for free. We have to commit a turn to put it in, but we can pull it out for free. That design principle is called forgiveness. That is the principle of when a player makes a mistake, there is some degree of tolerance to get them out of that mistake. So they probably experienced that it felt really bad when you committed things inappropriately. It probably slowed the game down because you were trying to think through every permutation, because if you had to change things, it was very costly. So in order to speed the game up, they incorporated forgiveness into that turn order. They could have done that any number of ways, but this is the way they took, and I think it works. Gonna dash back, arrow. Now we'll get rid of him. Swords, up. Dash, swing. Get out of the way. Gonna do arrow, dash back. You're dead. Get out of the way. You can do this and this. I'm going to try and get it so that I can... Yeah, this'll work. This'll work. There we go. Good. Combo. That always feels good. All right. So we're going to move through this guy. And kill myself. I think we're going to use this poison. Oh, it didn't help. So poison takes place after they take an action. That's good to know. And this is something that I think this game could actually improve on. Is, more clearly communicating to the player what's going to happen. So like here, I would love to see like this green help square flashing or something to say they're going to lose this at the end of their turn. that would just be helpful for me to know. Like, and earlier when I poisoned them, I thought, how much poison is this? Does poison stack, or is it just in a binary on-off state? That would help kind of communicate that a little. Okay. Let's load up some stuff. I don't think we really even want to do that. Let's just do a simple backdash. That's a good point. Thank you, Monkman. Back to the Shogun thing. Yes, Jack, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be asleep? It's like nighttime for you, right? Can I swing this? I can. Okay, so I'm going to move forward, and that's going to get the arrow to shoot his friend. And then I reorder this, so I swing the sword and then arrow, and now they're both dead. I should be asleep. I got lectures tomorrow. Go to bed, Jack! Goodness. I'm sure it's not by choice, but I was reading a book and now I'm here. Oh, goodness. You know, we were talking about your game, by the way, earlier, on how you put it up for critique and how grateful I was for it and how awesome it was and how people were very impressed that you got that critique. So thank you for doing that. We're going to... Oh, shoot. Yeah, darn. Okay, arrow. And then swords, and there we go. No lie, this gameplay looks extremely dope, busting out combos to this 2D fighter. It's really good. It's really good 2D fighter, and it's not expensive. This is how indie games are going to have a big takeover of the market. Because AAA devs have had to market to the lowest common denominator for ages because their costs have risen to an exponentially unsustainable amount. They can't do it anymore. They're laying people off by the droves. This is the time for indie devs with cool ideas to come in and take the market. If I send a game for critique later on, does it need to be a WebGL game? The only criteria is that it is something that I can play. So I don't have a controller hooked up to my computer right now. And Jack, thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, it just has to be something that I can play. So a web-based game is an easy way to do that, but if it's on Steam, that's just fine. If it's a downloadable executable, until I get a reason not to trust people, I will trust them and say I will download it and put it on, which is a bad idea. I can feel all the InfoSec people shaking their heads. That's a part of why it costs channel points in order to submit it. So if someone really wanted to like scam me, they'd have to invest a decent amount of time in order to get to that point. Put a link in chat or Discord. I'll get when I get home. I have a soft spot for games like this. Yeah, man, I'll shoot it over to you. Do you know how to set up a virtual machine? I'm not gonna lie, I don't. I should. But it's kind of one of those things I've thought about every now and again and said, I should probably learn how to do that, and then I just don't. Here, I'll throw it in our general chat, in our Discord. There you go. All right. Can I redeem, analyze any game and get you to play like Dark Souls for an hour? Absolutely. Yeah, that's why it's there. If you have something that you think is interesting or that you would like to get more eyes on so you can get a more well-rounded perspective on it, that's exactly why that option is there. You get to analyze anything that you want. As long as it's like safe for work, right? We're not going to throw any adult content on here or anything. Because my engine doesn't have an easy way to do WebGL build. That's just fine. Yeah. I mean, I trust you, Kato. You've been in here before. You're doing your own channel. I trust you. You're fine. Send me the files whenever you're ready. That's a danger question, yeah. Okay, what do we want to reduce cooldown? Let's get backward charge. Just, I don't know. Do we want to? I feel like we need more damage. I feel like that's our problem. We've got a lot of mobility, but very little damage. Yeah, let's do that. Versus the twins. All right, we're going to do this boss fight, and then we're going to call it for the day. We'll go ahead and do a raid out to some other fine streamers. And we'll do that, call that a day. This has been a wonderful stream. Got a lot of progress in. Had a great chat with everyone. Sundown, everyone who came along from that raid. Thank you for being here. Those of you that are still here and those that have left, I appreciate you as well. Video games, let's go. Tom Sutton. Yeah, I don't know if you heard my comment about my wife's 1 week postpartum rib wrap that she has. to help everything heal up. And I bet Tom could use that. I bet those flared ribs could use some extra support. So we have this Mass Curse, which doubles the damage on the next hit. And I think I'm going to do that for that poison arrow. We're really low on health, so we kind of need to pull out the stops here. I want to bait out this attack from him so I can get away. There we go. Turn around. Knock back. Get you to hit your friend. What does this club do? Strike the cell directly ahead. Okay. So we're going to back up. And then swing and shoot you into your buddy. And then we can do... Oh, what is that? What does that do? Shadow Dash. Dash forward through targets, stopping at first empty cell behind them. No effect if no empty cell. Well, I think we need to move a step back then. All right. Waste your turn, essentially. Load up another knockback punch. And this is another dash, I believe, right? Yeah, dash forward. I'm just going to wait. I want this dude to dash in, and then I'm going to blast him and shoot him off into his friend. And I think that's going to mostly square this fight away. If you're looking for another video game that plays like a board game, you should check out Ozymandias. I will check out Ozymandias. I haven't heard of that. But I love the poem. Ozymandias. And the character in The Watchmen. Both of those are great. Hold on. Ozymandias. Oh, it's got a season pass? Boy, I don't even know how to navigate their Steam stuff. They've got, like, everything looks like it's a DLC. Where's the base game? Bronze Age Empire Sim? Is that it? Wow. Are you the one that was talking about watching people play Europa Universalis 4? Risky Biscuit, the educational horror and large-scale 4X games. Guy, all right. It's okay, it's a Civ game you can play in an hour. Oh, that's very nice, very nice. I need to check out Stellaris Nexus as well, because they did the same thing where they took Stellaris and they made it playable in like 40 minutes. That was you, nice, okay. Oh, what is this? Swap the content of the cells directly ahead and behind. Okay, so I can turn around? He'll dash, do that. I can swap back around, and then do it. Okay, good. Plan still works. Everything's fine. Ooh, that hurt, though. Let's get... Oh, shoot. Yeah, we need to put him in front. Is 2 damage going to kill him? This is an area where I feel like we need more information. 2 damage might kill this guy. And I kind of need to know, or we lose, you know? I guess I don't have any other option. I can't add an ability or he'll kill me. So let's just hope. Not enough. Darn. There we go. Kill a boss and die in the same turn. Honorable death. I think I have like 2,000 hours in Europa Universalis 4. 2.2 thousand. Wow. Knockback first. So the problem was the knockback wasn't loaded up. So if I put that into my attack slate, he would have hit me anyways. And that would have been it. So there you go. That's Shogun Showdown. It's great. So much to pick apart and analyze in this thing. You can see now we've got like these unlocks over here. We get points every time we kill a boss. We can spend on kind of getting new options for things. Was before the kiddo, now I don't have time. Yeah. I'm actively giving a child their bottle right now. I understand you very deeply. Right on. Okay. This looks like legendary. I don't know. I see yellow text. I think legendary. I'm going to unlock it. I'm going to assume it's better. Even though a smoke bomb doesn't sound all that interesting to me. So that's it. That's Shogun Showdown. Well, we're going to go ahead and do a raid now. Who's on that we can do a fun raid to? That would really appreciate having 19 people jump into their channel. There's got to be some good people that we can just make their day. Lots of people hanging out. You know, I've never raided into Vimlark, even though he's much bigger than I am. I've never raided into Vimlark. Let's do that, because he also participated in the Pirate Software Game Jam, and I think, we didn't get to talk about that today. Maybe there will be a conversation happening over there, because he had one of the most popular submissions for the Pirate Software Game Jam. And I think he'd have some interesting insights. I think he's participated in multiples of them, and has done good work. So let's go check out Vimlark. Came back for the ending. Yeah, Tom, good to have you in here again in Game Maker 2D Fighters. This looks amazing, and something that looks fun to pick apart. I'm definitely getting it when I get home. Awesome, very cool. Well, best of luck, man, and best of luck with the rest of your time in the hospital. Jack, get to sleep, friend. I hope you get some rest. And with that, we'll be heading out for the day. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all the support. My little one appreciates it. He has formula in his bottle because of your generosity. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time.